నేను మణిమాల మేడంకి ఒకసారి ఫోన్ చేసి గుర్తు చేస్తా.
ఓకే.
హలో, మేము మాట్లాడొచ్చు.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్.
ఐఎమ్ డాక్టర్ శ్రీలత, గైనకాలజిస్ట్.
ఓకే ఓకే, వెల్కమ్.
Manimala was my classmate. At that time, she must be remembered or not, I don't know. Usmania. She switched to Nizams afterwards. But anyway, thank you for giving this opportunity to hear. Dr. Veeresham gave me this subject.
Yeah. Welcome, welcome, doctor.
Anesthetist. Veeresham. You must
Yes,
know.
yes, yes. Where are you working?
Huh?
Where are you in which place?
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad.
This is from Calcutta, I told, no?
No, no, ఇది హైదరాబాద్ నుంచే.
Hyderabad only.
అంతా హైదరాబాద్ లోనే ఉన్నాం, ఎక్సెప్ట్ డాక్టర్ ప్రశాంతి.
అండ్ బాజవా.
అంటే మీరు లేడీస్ కు ప్రత్యేకంగా ఏం చెప్పదలుచుకున్నారు విమెన్స్ డే రోజు?
మీరు వినండి, మీరు విని మాకు మీ
లేదండి
చెప్పండి.
నేను అనేది ఎనీ స్పెషల్ అడ్వైస్, స్మాల్ అడ్వైస్.
After listening to the discussion, we will be able to formulate what is the take-home message, what is the advice that we should all take back from here, both us and our male colleagues.
So many doctors are there, Dr. Vijay Lakshmi, so many people, and then anesthetists, lady anesthetists, we know they were working day and night.
So we want to discuss many issues that we face.
International Women's Day for all of you, and then male doctors also, and then to convey their family and children, friends. Not only for ladies, and then first male doctors should know how to treat the women. This is the first thing. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
మేడం, మణిమాల మేడం వచ్చారు.
వచ్చిండ్రా మణిమేర? హలో హలో,
జస్ట్ ఎంటరింగ్, అంటే ఆడియో అది చూసుకుంటున్నారు.
వచ్చిండ్రా?
ఉన్నారు ఉన్నారు,
మాట్లాడమనండి. హలో డాక్టర్ మణిమాల.
ఇప్పుడే ఆడియో కనెక్ట్ అవుతున్నారు, ఆగండి.
మంచి చీర కట్టుకుని ఉన్నారు యాజ్ యూజువల్.
హలో
హలో, నేను డాక్టర్ శ్రీలత మాట్లాడుతున్నా.
శ్రీలత
చూద్దామని నేను లైన్ లో వచ్చిన. గుర్తుపడుతుండ్రా లేదా? వినొస్తుందా అసలు?
తెలుస్తుంది. మీరు ఎక్కడి నుండి మాట్లాడుతున్నారు చెప్పండి.
నేను డాక్టర్ శ్రీలత మాట్లాడుతున్నా. మిమ్మల్ని చూడడానికి వినడానికి అన్ని. We are proud of you. You are very able anesthetist and the teacher, everything.
ఎవరి గురించి చెప్తున్నారు?
ఏమంటారు?
ఎవరి గురించి చెప్తున్నారు?
ఏదేది ఉన్నాయే కదా చెప్పేది.
నేనా?
మళ్ళీ యశోదర్ కూడా కలిసినాం అనుకోండి.
థ్యాంక్ యూ థ్యాంక్ యూ
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
మేడం గైనకాలజిస్ట్ అంట మేడం.
ఓకే, అబ్బో గైనకాలజిస్ట్ చెప్పేస్తున్నారు.
కనీసం ఇట్లా ఉన్నప్పుడు రాలేకపోయినా ఎట్లీస్ట్ జూమ్ లోనన్నా చూడగలుగుతాము.
అదే
విదేశం చెప్పిండు ఇట్లా ఉన్నది అది ఇది అంటే చూసిన, చూసి ఎవరెవరు ఉన్నారు స్పీకర్లు, ఎవరు వస్తున్నారు.
ఇంకెవరెవరు వచ్చారు అందరూ?
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ మ్యామ్, నేను డాక్టర్ ప్రశాంతి మేడం.
హౌ ఆర్ యు?
మరి
ఫైన్ మ్యామ్, థాంక్యూ.
ఆల్
మీరు
ది
ఎలా
బెస్ట్.
ఉన్నారు?
హ్యాపీ విమెన్స్ డే.
హ్యాపీ విమెన్స్ డే టు ఎవ్రీబడీ. థాంక్యూ అండి, సేమ్ టు యు.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
It's nice to see all of you, though Nowadays, we are not having that many programs, but I think this way it will be.
Good evening, madam. I am Dr. Veeresham. Wish you happy World International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. ఏం చేయబోతున్నారు చెప్పండి.
Welcome, Shailaja.
Shailaja, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Unmute చేయండి.
Yes, unmute. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening,
Good evening.
Manimala ma'am. Good evening, Ramkesh
Good
Reddy
evening,
sir. Good
ma'am.
evening, Gitanath ma'am, Chintal Kishan sir, and Veeresham sir, Prashanti ma'am. Happy Women's Day and happy colorful Holi.
Holy.
You should have put some colors, na?
Yeah.
That's why I'm in pink, ma'am. At least that is some color.
It's nice actually.
కలర్స్ వస్తున్నాయి.
I think I'll put my video on
Connection wale.
top video for a while. Let me just stop.
Yeah. Bhimesham వచ్చారు అనుకుంటా.
ఇంకొక 2 minutes ఉంది మేడం, దెన్ we can start
Yes.
actually.
Miss sir.
ఇక నువ్వు ఎట్లున్నావు?
నేను బాగున్నాను.
Hello.
On my video.
Good evening, sir. Dinesh sir.
కార్లో ఉన్నారా?
సీట్ బెల్ట్ వేసుకున్నారు.
మేడం నమస్తే.
నమస్తే నమస్తే. ఎక్కడ కార్లో ఉన్నారా?
Madam. మేడం గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ మేడం. భీమేశ్వర్ మాట్లాడుతున్నాను.
అదే ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారు? కార్లో నుండా?
హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి వెళ్తున్నారు.
హైదరాబాద్ టు విజయవాడ మేడం.
ఓకే. ఏంటి ఇప్పుడు వెళ్తున్నారు ఇంత లేట్?
లేదు మేడం, మార్నింగ్ వచ్చిన ఫంక్షన్ కి వచ్చాను హైదరాబాద్. ఇప్పుడు బ్యాక్ మ్యామ్.
ఓకే. హలో, how are you? Doing well. Good to see all of you.
భీమేశ్వర్ సార్, ఫస్ట్ శైలజతో ప్రేయర్ వాడించేసి మీరు మాట్లాడేసి వెళ్ళిపోతారు కానీ ఒక 1 minute ప్రేయర్.
యా నో ప్రాబ్లం.
శైలజ గారు ఉన్నారా?
శైలజ ఉన్నారు. విభా అండ్ డాక్టర్ మాధవి is not there still.
పర్వాలేదు మేడం, మేము ప్రేయర్ అయిపోయినాక వాళ్ళు వస్తారేమో.
Yeah.
శైలజ
Or she went, her video was not good కదా.
రాంబాబు.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ మేడం.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. సడన్ గా వచ్చేసావు నువ్వు. చాలా time చూసి.
How could I miss this, madam? How could I miss this such a great
How can we miss anything now? Whatever is for coming together is always good.
Madam, if we have time, I want to ask you one question, madam.
అడుగు.
And anesthesia was not all that popular, madam, or more. What made you all great teachers now to take up such specialty, madam, in those days?
Nena, my experience was I never liked that.
Good evening everybody.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్.
President sir, good evening. Manimala ma'am.
Hello.
After a long time seeing you, ma'am. Good show by Dr. Ratnakar and Dr. Ramakrishnan Reddy's team. I am really proud of it. You are
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. సో
Dr. Vimeshwar sir is there.
I already said first of all,
Ratnakar.
always say my
Sir.
first greetings to President
On
sir.
time.
Yes, bye. Yes, sir.
Good evening,
Sir.
Dinesh sir.
Prashanti, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
శైలజ
Bhaja, sir.
శైలజ
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
hello,
Good evening,
ma'am.
sir. Good evening to all the dignitaries, Bhimeshwar sir,
Yes, yes.
Bhajwa sir,
Sir.
Ratnakar
Sir.
sir, Ram.
I invite Dr. Shailaja to start with the prayer because
Video is not
I'll
coming.
start with
properly.
please pardon me, my video is glitching somehow.
Okay, okay, no problem. You please.
It's in a cultural mode actually.
Okay, I'll start with the Saraswati Vandana.
Yes, 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 please.
Ya kundendu tusharahar dhawala ya shubhra vastravrita ya veena varadanda mandita kara ya shweta padmasana या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभुतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता तामां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषधारापहा.
Thank you, Dr. Shailaja. Happy Women's Day to all my colleague women anesthesiologists across Telangana as well as India. I welcome our distinguished guests for today, Dr. M.V. Bhimeshwar sir, President ISA National, and Dr. Sukhminder Singh Bajwa sir, he is our Honorary Secretary ISA National, and Dr. I. Ratnakar sir, he is our President ISA Telangana, and Dr. Veeresham sir, he is our Academic Chairman, and all the Dr. Manimala Rao madam and all the delegates for today's webinar. I now request Dr. M.V. Bhimeshwar sir to give his message because he has another meeting with the Principal Secretary. So please sir.
Can we ask the others to mute
there is a
themselves?
lot of disturbance is there.
Yeah, please, I request all of us to mute.
Yeah.
Thank you for chief guest for this webinar and honorary president of ISA Telangana, Dr. Ratnakar, the honorary secretary of ISA National, Dr. Bajwa, secretary Dr. Ramkrishna Reddy, Madam Manimala Rao, and all other faculty who have gathered here today for this webinar. Good evening to all of you. And first, let me all wish you a very happy International Women's Day to all the lady anesthesiologists of Telangana as well as the whole of India. I wish you all the best, and I wish you all a very happy Holi as well. And coming back to the history of lady anesthesiologists, I am very proud to say that arguably the first anesthesiologist is from Hyderabad, Dr. Rupabai Fardunji, and we have stalwarts in Telangana, Dr. Manimala Rao, Dr. Arna Subhash, Dr. Premlata Madam, and all others who have taken ISA Hyderabad to very great heights. I congratulate everyone for that. And apart from that, we have the ISA itself had several lady anesthesiologists who have been the presidents, at least 4 or 5 lady presidents for ISA, and they have done wonderful job in taking ISA to very great heights. And thank you again, Ramkrishna, for giving me this opportunity. And I wish this seminar all success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful message. Now I request Dr. Sukhminder Singh Bajwa, sir, our Honorary Secretary ISA National, to give his valuable message.
Thank you, sir. It's really very pleasure. You know, I'm feeling so much with pleasure that yesterday we had such a successful program at ISA, and I can see so many faces again today. That means our continuation is going on. That for International Women's Day celebration. And first of all, I like to extend my heartiest greetings for the International Women's Day and Holi to everyone here. And with regards to our President, sir, Dr. Bhimeshwar, sir, then our State President, Dr. Ratnakar, Dr. Ramakrishna Reddy, sir, and their team, then our senior dignitaries like Manimala Rao, ma'am, I've been seen her after a long time. Then Geetanath madam, she used to author with us in the IJA. Then Dr. Vibha Nayak, then Dr. Shailja Ganti. Everybody, I think I can't take the name because of the shortage of time. I always have, tried that academics should take a forefront on the ISA platform. And to be very much honest, I'm really proud that Hyderabad, whether it's Telangana or whatever, Andhra Pradesh, I don't want to take the name of the states, but Hyderabad itself is taking a great pain in elevating the academic platform in the country. I've seen so many webinars and they are very useful and practical. And today's discussion also, which I have just gone through the panel discussion, the panelists, they are wonderful. And I know the panel discussion will be like anything. We are going to get some good results from that panel discussion, and I would love to hear that panel discussion the way it was yesterday. And I think it will be one step ahead of that. And with that short message, I just want to say all my greetings, wishes for the Hyderabad city branch, and best wishes for the forthcoming all the academics in the city. I am always there to help you out for any kind of these academic help. And with that, I think that's all from my side. My best wishes, and have a very good panel discussion. I would like to hear from that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Chintala Kishan, our National Governing Council member, to give his message.
Good evening, everybody. Respected President Secretary of IS National and respected President Secretary of Telangana State and all the great star wars of the Telangana State. So I convey my best wishes to all of lady anesthesiologists on the eve of World Women's Day. So we always respect all the women's. Every day we are respecting, we follow their ideas and their advices, and we are becoming a great without them. So I request all of you, we also following all the great advices of all the lady anesthesiologists. And thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Veeresham, sir, to give his message. Dr. Veeresham, sir.
Sir, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I welcome all the national president and secretary and the state president.
Sir, good evening. Your face is not visible, sir. Kindly switch on your video, please.
Yeah.
We want to see you.
Now, I am there, no, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. How are you, sir? How are you, sir?
Kindly go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Sir, welcome to our Telangana webinar, all the national ISA executive members, president, secretary, and our state president, Ratnakar, and Ramakrishna Reddy, and our executive team. And once again, I welcome all the senior faculty members, Dr. Madhuvala Rao, all are there, and I wish them a happy International Women's Day, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Veeresham, sir. Now I request. Yes. Now I request our President ISA Telangana, Dr. I. Ratnakar garu, to give his message.
Good evening, everybody. Respected President ISA National, Dr. V. Bhimeshwara sir, and our Secretary, Dr. Bajwa sir, and Dr. Chintala Kishan, JC member, and our State Secretary, Dr. Ramakrishna Reddy sir, our academic chairperson, Dr. Veeresham sir, and today's chairperson for this panel discussion, Dr. Manmala madam. Namaste madam, especially for you, and all the panelists, Vibhava madam, Prashant madam, and our other panelists, Geeta madam, and I congratulate every lady anesthesiologist of Telangana state and all over India for this World Women's Day celebrations. I would like to remind a word about our first lady anesthesiologist, Rupabai Fardozji. She is from Hyderabad. She did her medical school in Hyderabad Medical School in 1888. 85 to 89, only 4 years that time. And she further studied in UK and USA. She retired as superintendent from Koti Sultan Bazar Hospital. And on this occasion, my respects towards the first lady anesthesiologist. And last time in conference also her status and proceedings like identifying her as first lady anesthesiologist. And I welcome all the guests for today's webinar and panel discussion. Wish you all good luck. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ratnakar, sir, for your message. Now I request Dr. Geetanath, madam, today's moderator for the panel discussion, to take over the session. Thank you, madam.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Ramakrishna, for asking me to, take part in this event. And thank you, the panelists, for accepting to be on this panel. I hope we have a fruitful discussion. So, and thanks to all the officials of the ISA who have made time to join us and give us their advice as well and their input. So, how I'm going to run this is, I'll ask a series of questions to our various panelists one by one, and let us see what they tell us about this. I will share my screen because I've made a small PowerPoint so that while they are talking, we can focus on the question.
Madam, just a minute, small interruption.
Yeah.
Can we ask Dr. Manimala Rao, madam, as a chairperson, and she can start the discussion?
Yes. Dr. Manimala, will you give us some words of advice? You're muted.
Yeah. What do you want me to say? Well, anyway, I would like to say one thing. Anyway, I'm happy that there is something like World Anesthesia Day and World Women's Day, and there are so many days. And there is also on Anesthesia Day, you will all remember, there is also World Food Day. We anyway starve them before anesthesia, but the same day falls on 16th October, Food Day also. But anyway, apart from the joke, I think anesthesia, somebody was asking, why did I pick up or chose anesthesia? Because a long time back, somewhere in the late 60s. So I never wanted to be a gynecologist because I thought it was too much of trouble, bringing two of these lives and then taking care of them. But I didn't realize when I went into anesthesia, I didn't know what was anesthesia. I went to UK and I just picked up because my husband is a surgeon. So that is how I picked up. But then I realized how is this particular so not now, because now things have changed and you can be very easily big. So I'm just saying that it was, but we, at least in Hyderabad, we did not have to look very far away because the world lady anesthetist came from here. So we are proud and we have, gone on ahead with whatever it is. I think if you have a depth of knowledge and a good hand-brain coordination and depth of physiology, understanding, and then doing things and medicine, I think that's really anesthesiology which gives. So anyway, you will be talking, so that in between, if I have anything, I will add. Go ahead.
I'm just going to share my screen. Is it visible?
Yeah.
So this is my first question. It's on, So during the 60s and 70s, most of the anesthetists were male. That's what I have seen actually in the past. But now it seems like there are more and more women coming into the picture, and the distribution may be actually shifting in the opposite direction. So I will ask Dr. Prashanti, what could be the reason for this shift?
Good evening, all the legends of ISA who are present in this meeting today. And good evening, Manimala Rao ma'am. It's been my dream to meet you. Actually, I couldn't meet you in person. Today is a very auspicious day for me.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Geetanath ma'am. Actually, the question you asked is, what is the reason for this shift in the gender of anesthetists? So it's not like specifically anesthesia only, but as a it's as a thing, the number of girls joining in MBBS has increased. When I was in medical college, it was a 50-50 girls and boys ratio. But now it is 80 and 20. So 80 girls are joining and only 20 boys. So obviously more and more of girls will be joining in post-graduation, and more of girls will be into anesthesia. And that too, more number of girls are favoring for anesthesia department post-graduation is maybe it is the work pattern, because they can work in ICUs, they can work as freelancers, or they can work in medical colleges. And as you all know, the world is green for anesthesiologists. That's what I always think. Because they can work in a shift system, which is very much, it's a happy thing when they are having kids at home. They can work in shift-wise manner. They can always adjust their timings. If at all they want to go all the way and do night shifts and all, but they can choose their timings. Most of the anesthesiologists, maybe that's the thing. Many lady anesthesiologists are coming, and as you all know, and many legends of female anesthesiologists are there, and we are all inspired by you people, and we are taking up this.
Thank you. Thank you. That's great. So I was wondering if Vibha, have you got anything to add to that?
Good evening, everyone. At the outset, I must say that I feel extremely privileged to be on this forum today with my teachers, Manimala ma'am, my mentor, Geetanath ma'am, and so many dear friends and colleagues here. I extend my heartful gratitude to ISA National and ISA Telangana both for having these forums which encourages, I would still like to call myself a junior lady anesthesiologist, because I think it just adds value to whatever we think we are doing, both at workplace as well as at family front today. Going back to what I think Geeta madam was asking, I completely agree with Dr. Prashanti that a lot of females have joined this field and a lot of females are going to be around. One more reason I feel is that as a female, we would require to take breaks, particularly for maternity break. And I'm sure you would want to discuss this a little later. But as an anesthesiologist, I feel that it is much easier taking these breaks, because if, say, you are a consultant surgeon, you would think of losing your practice, or you may have to start afresh somewhere. But this lag time is relatively much lesser for us as an anesthesiologist, and the entire anesthesia fraternity is quite supportive of this attitude. We know of people who work part-time in our profession, isn't it? I'm sure not many professions allow part-time jobs. So I think these are some additional points that I feel are important for females to select this profession.
It was a great answer. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vibha. So I'll go to the next question. which relates to some of the answers which came in the previous discussion. We do know that we all have to balance our professional and personal lives, our domestic life, our personal life. All these things have to be balanced together, and we can all relate to this aspect. So I would like to ask each of you how you have managed to do this. What are your experiences, and what advice would you have for our younger colleagues who will be going forward, who will be carrying our torch forward? So can I ask Dr. Madhvi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, everyone, ma'am. Happy Women's Day to all of you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, it's any profession, like means when we are doctors, our fraternity is like that. We have to balance everything. Not only if we want to get professional life, if we want to get our professional life and everything, it depends upon us. Everyone has their own own work pattern and own personal life. So what I feel is it's not only an anesthesiologist to balance the professional and personal life. It's every doctor has to balance this. So I don't feel my personal life is so that if we want to balance everything, our partner should, our children should support us. Everyone should support. It's not depend upon only on us that a single person can. So it's like the way we work professionally as we work as team. So if we want to do a good career, a good this professional life or anything, it's support from your family, support from your children, support from everyone. Then only we are a successful anesthesiologist and a doctor. That's what I.
Thank you. So we are talking more and more nowadays about teamwork at work.
Yes.
So saying we have to have teamwork with all the principles of teamwork at home.
Yes.
So that we have the role allocation, we have, the
Yes.
whole.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Can I just,
yeah.
Dr. Geeta?
Yeah.
Can I just add one sentence?
Mm-hmm.
To be useful to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all know that work and life balance, we talk about all that, but how do we do it is, I think one is a little discipline of time. Second is a system. If you combine these two things, system, a systematic approach, like what we do, give anesthesia in the same way at home also. So if you have got some sort of a system which you balance both these things in a much better way. This is what I have learned from my own experience. These two things have to be combined. Then it is much easier. You don't have that much stress.
Thank you.
Very well said, Manimala ma'am. May I add something to this?
Absolutely.
I just would like to reinforce whatever Manimala and all my colleagues said here, that for any specialist, especially successful anesthesiologist, we need systems in the form of 3 M's. One is the support of your mother, one is the support of your mother-in-law, or one of, or at least the maid. So either 2 or at least one, either the mother or mother-in-law or the maid has to take care of the household and the children for one lady anesthesiologist to go and work for extended hours in the workplace, which our duties, all of us know, they are so stressful and they are so prolonged and erratic. We need to stay back for a case done by a surgeon or an ICU person goes sick beyond our duty hours. We don't stick to that 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. We can't be like any other corporate white collar job worker or even the OPD specialist, OPD running specialist. They can just leave once the patient load is done. But for us, we just can't leave a sick patient or a patient under anesthesia till a reliever comes. So what happens to our kids and what happens to our household back home? We just can't do anything about it unless that we have a good, dependable, reliable maid or a mother-in-law. So,
yeah, that is true.
All of us
Unless it is always a team effort. So you have to butter your
team effort
mother-in-law.
at home also.
You have to butter your mother-in-law.
Yeah, you have to. You can't be like,
So 3 M's we will use. 3 M's. That's
Three
great.
M's, 3 M's.
Again, it is women force only, madam.
Yeah, women force can only stand for women.
Yeah. Any
Geeta,
advice?
ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say that these three fronts, professional, domestic, and personal, see, balance does not mean that they need to be equal. Because I feel as a woman, each one of us has a different requirement for each of them. I mean, all of us on this platform are different, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you need to ask yourself, how much of profession do you want in your life? How much of domestic involvement and how much personal space you need? And once you know the answers to these, I think you should work around them, because I see younger generation, particularly what you've asked is for young anesthesiologists. I feel they are struggling to get this understanding. And if they get this understanding and they work towards it, I think they'll be successful in all the three fronts.
So the message is that each person should introspect and see which aspect is of more importance to themselves, and then work towards achieving the balance that they want. So basically, one answer is not going to be correct for everybody. And that's
Mix and match. Mix and match.
Mix and match.
That 2 M's shared.
So what about maternity benefits? I will address this to Dr. Prashanti again. So do we get enough maternity benefits? Are they adequate? Are they supportive? There are different, different systems. In the various systems, are the maternity benefits adequate? And they won't be equal, but at least are they enough for us? Especially because the training is at the same time as as when we complete our family. All of us have gone through that. So what should the support system be? Dr. Prashanti?
Yeah, ma'am. I think this is very apt for me because I was carrying my second child when I was doing my anesthesia post-radiation. And to be true, actually that leave of, actually I had a leave of 45 days. So I was working till the day before for my elective surgery, because first one was a emergency surgery. I had to go for an elective surgery second one. So I was working till that last day, and post-op only 45 days, and 46th day I had to leave my kid and come back to work. And as usual, all the night duties and all with my not even recovered from the cesarean section and all that stuff, and I was doing all the activities, everything. So I think, but the thing is, because we are in the training period, post-radiation period, we can't afford to take more leaves also, and that will affect the attendance, and we have to sit the exam 6 months later. If we are ready for that, we can take as many leaves as we can for the post-radiation period. But when it comes to when you are in government service and all, maternity leave they are giving adequately, and I think paternity leave also they are giving.
Okay.
Yeah, but
post-graduation we don't have adequate leave.
Yeah, we cannot afford that, madam, because we are afraid that we might be lagging behind in our course.
Right.
So
I might add here, because when I had my first baby, I did actually take 2 months loss of pay extra from what they gave. And I wrote the exam 6 months later, and I was very happy. I had that time with my baby, and I could prepare well. And in the long term, it didn't matter to me. So like Vibha said, we balance each aspect according to what we want. And the right answer for each person may not be same. I actually did lose 6 months, but I was happy with that. So anyway, another, should we have paternity leave, or do we already have paternity leave?
Yes, ma'am, I think.
Yeah, they have.
I think 15 days.
Paternity leave is there
Now-
for
now
government
they
15
have
employees.
days
6
they
months
are
leave.
allowing
Okay.
Six
in
months
government
for
sector.
the ladies.
Official 15 days of paternity leave is there, ma'am.
Yeah.
15 days.
15,
Okay.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So is that adequate?
That's okay. They won't be able to help much.
No, but is 50, we are saying that teamwork and all that,
Yeah.
but should they get more leave? Do you think?
I think nowadays they need more leave, ma'am, because of these nuclear families and all. If we observe these days, only the husband is accompanying the woman, gynec, obstetric for antenatal visits and all. So in that scenario, when mother and mother-in-law is not available for
So
you,
we
for
don't
your,
have the 3 M's, only
when
one
we
M.
don't have only one M is there, then you should have the ultimate M male. So his help is essential. The fourth M should come into picture, and his help is essential. And if that help is there, it's ultimate. Yeah.
Okay. So we started with 3 M's and we have gone on to the 4th M. Again, from my personal experience, I saw that my son helped a lot and helps a lot with bringing up the baby. So 3 to 4 M is good. Yeah. So the next question goes to Dr. Madhavi. So just thinking about your professional work, are you happy in your choice of specialty, and what are the positives and negatives that you see in the specialty now?
Ma'am, really, I'm very happy with the specialty. When I was choosing, other people surrounding were not happy. But when I got into anesthesia, I started liking it much, because as anesthesiologist now, I'm able to do so many things. Not only it's now the specialty, we all know that not limited to OTs. We have come out of the OTs. We started taking care of ICUs. We started taking care of non-operating room anesthesias. We're not. Everywhere our role is there. From keeping the small cannulation to the transplantation, today the anesthesiologist role is much and much. So I'm always a positive towards my work and specialty, no negatives. Today, what I am, today what we are, with a lot of supports of our legends working and the supporters whom we have. Because of that only, I don't feel any negativity, madam. Maybe I get negativity because sometimes through surgeons, but not the colleague anesthesiologist. We are really blessed to work as anesthesiologist in different areas. Our role is much and much. Because of pandemic, our role and our specialty has come to, it has come to that level, higher level, that it's globally now we are recognized.
So we are finding a lot of support from our colleagues in our own specialty, and that's making it a very positive experience.
Really.
Thank you, Dr. Geethanandan. 1 minute. I welcome Dr. Manisha Katikar, madam, our National Governing Council member. He is with us. Thank you, madam. Can you speak 1 word, madam?
Yeah.
Small message.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, I'm really sorry for joining late. I was busy in the hospital duties. And it's very encouraging to see so many leaders of ISA speaking on this very important topic. And I'm really feeling very proud to see the encouragement from all ISA office bearers for such kind of, like yesterday also we had a great program from ISA National, and today this program at the state Telangana. It is really encouraging to see, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much.
And I would love to listen to the faculties who are there at today, and I would also like to contribute whatever they are saying.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. So we were just discussing the choice of specialty that we have taken, since we are all anesthesiologists. And Dr. Madhavi finds all positives, no negatives. What about the others? Do you find negatives in anesthesia as well? Dr. Vibha, Dr. Shailaja, Dr. Prashanti?
Yeah, I think the negatives, meaning in our reproductive time period, we spend our time in the operation theaters. And we know operation theaters are high risk, be it the volatile agents, the nitrous oxide, the radiation, because of C-arm. So I think these are some negatives that come. We have to take appropriate precautions. We need to develop work areas that allow us to stay safe during this time period. But,
Dehydration. Dehydration.
By and large, more positives for this.
Yeah. Of course, it depends on the person whether they see things as positive or negative. But that's a great point that you've given us, that exposure is one thing, exposure to various things. Maybe we need to even change our anesthetic techniques so that it involves less exposure to, bad things. But really, X-rays we cannot help, but at least the gases we can, move to TIVA and stuff like that.
Yes.
May I add?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so another M is the multitasking. Another M, so yeah, we are naturally endowed with
Your
multitasking.
sound is gone, Shailaja.
Oh.
Shailaja, your sound went.
It's okay, ma'am.
Shailaja.
Can you listen? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
We can
welcome,
hear you.
Manisha ma'am. Welcome, Manisha ma'am. Yeah, good to have you here.
So
again,
another M. Shailaja,
another M. Another M is multitasking, which we as ladies are endowed with, and anesthesiology requires a lot of multitasking, and we really use our brain and hands, fingers, everything to do a case or do an ICU case or whatever. So these are the positives which by nature the lady anesthesiologist can definitely pursue successfully in her career. Negatives being, it is common to actually both males and females that the systems still are not in place regarding the work hours and work-life balance. Mandatory 24 hours duties can take a toll on the lady anesthesiologist. I mean, 24 hours is inhuman, I feel, always felt so.
Only for ladies?
For both. I mean, I'm saying that that's for a human, it's like for any human being. I think only we doctors are so meeky that we do not voice out such. In no other profession would anybody do 24 hours duties, whether it is airport duties or whether it is whatever. See, they also require air traffic controllers. They also require a lot of precision in their decision making. But then nobody agrees for 24 hours if you need to spend your brain, your energy without actually sometimes inputs from the system, because they might even not provide you night meals. They might not provide you good amenities of toilets and all. So it becomes difficult. And so these are common issues actually, not only for lady anesthesia. These are the negatives. Otherwise, as a subject, nothing to match anesthesia, nothing.
Dr. Prashanti, any negatives?
No, ma'am. I actually, anesthesia is my choice of subject.
That's great.
It's not my, I never chose it by chance. I chose it by choice. I studied for PG entrance to get a seat in anesthesia only.
That's fantastic.
Good.
So I always see positives in it, and I'm always proud of being an anesthesiologist, and that too a lady anesthesiologist. And because I always dreamt of I'm not that matched to, but I always dreamt of being, seeing hearing like Dr. Manimala ma'am, Rebecca Jacob ma'am, and many others. And I was always inspired by my mentor, Dr. Asha Mastani. I should pay my respects to her. And I studied my emergency medicine in Ramachandra Medical College. There, Dr. Vijayalakshmi Kamath. And like all these legends, I grew up seeing her working, and she's she's a boss. So when we take anesthesia, we feel like in the first day of my post-radiation, I felt like I'm the boss. I'm going to be the boss. So I always feel anesthesiology is a positive subject, and The beauty in anesthesiology is we always try to stay calm, even though the surgeon is very much clumsy and whatever he is doing, we try to be calm and we try to make him calm first. Then, so it's all we have to have a positive attitude actually.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is
role models played a big role in your choice of career and inspiration. So I think being mentors, we are at that stage where we can help young anesthesiologists. So mentoring is another way that we can increase the support that our colleagues have in their career.
And I can proudly say many of my duty doctors who worked in my ICUs, they chose anesthesiology in their post-graduation.
Maybe because of you. So, we go to the next question. Who shall I? Shailaja. So, do you think there is gender disparity in our field?
Gender disparity regarding at what level? Behavioral level, or is it payment level, or which level now?
My question is there gender disparity, and how can we assess if there is gender disparity or not? What are the ways that we can find out?
So, in the field, actually, if it is about remuneration, I don't think there is any gender disparity. It is about hiring a person who is qualified to do a particular job of administering anesthesia or taking care of the ICU. So that is usually fixed. So there is no, I don't think there is any disparity in any level of the hospital. I might be wrong. Maybe my co-panelists can help me out in this. So I don't think there is any gender disparity with regard to remuneration. It is about your qualification and years of experience, and different sets of hospitals would have different pay scales. And also depending upon if you are teaching faculty, again, the pay scales. So there is no gender disparity when it comes to government pay scales also.
Yes.
Now, if it comes to behavioral, then it is all subjective. I mean, how it comes down to emotional levels, and what is the emotional equation you hold with either your teammates or with the other specialty males, or how it is. It depends on the female, how she carries herself, how she carries herself, how confident she is. And if she's able to do confidently, yes, there could be, again, it is a double-edged sword. I mean, being confident, don't get me wrong, but some males might feel some inferiority complex, which I did observe. That if a female carries herself very confidently and she's able to do, she's punctual, she's disciplined, she's very, tech savvy also, she's skillful, she does her job with utmost diligence, the male definitely might get a bit jittery about it, because that's how it is. The world is like that. So yeah, there could be some then gender disparity, but how the lady deals with the situation, how the whole thing, that all depends. It's individualized.
It depends on the lady, you're saying.
Depends on the lady and the situation.
Shall I add? Ma'am, shall I add?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, means I don't know about the old era, but this generation now, the working place for us, there is no disparity. I don't see, because most of the people are female only, madam. My postgrad, my colleagues, my seniors, my postgraduates. I always see, for example, as I'm working as professor in Usmania, I have out of 30 people are female only. I would always take an example for males that are you be like females, they are more active than you people. So I may show some gender disparity towards males, not towards females. Now the era has changed. It has come towards female, ma'am. That's what I feel.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. In the classes I am seeing, there are 80% are girls. Yeah, and only 20% are boys. So I always say, now, do you have gender disparity? I'm asking those guys.
So in numbers, we are equal or more. But is there any way that we are less represented? Vibha, can I ask you? Is there any objective criteria?
I wouldn't be able to tell about the objective criteria, but I was just discussing about this to my junior colleagues, trying to find out how they feel. Well, I think gender disparity is there in the society, and that's why it is there in the culture, it is there at our workplace, it is there everywhere actually. So I don't think we are there yet to shrug away and say that there is no gender disparity. But what we really need to have are safe environments for females, have, I think, buddy systems.
Yeah.
We need to support our younger female anesthesiologists whenever they call up in the morning saying that my child is not well. It has to be a very empathetic response. So I think these are certain areas, because as a mother who is at a workplace leaving behind a sick child, it is very terrible. She can't concentrate here, she can't concentrate there.
Can be heartbreaking.
Very heartbreaking. And these things sometimes are taken against females at workplace. And we as females senior in the profession should support our younger females. I would want to hear others also. Manisha, madam, what do you think? Is there gender disparity?
Absolutely agree with you. Viva, I absolutely agree with you. Yes, there is gender disparity. As I said, like you were all lucky to have Manimala Rao madam as your teachers. Even I was lucky to have Dr. Sushila Shah madam as my teacher in Tata Memorial Hospital. So they always have an empathetic response to our family needs. Like I was staying in the hostel of Tata Memorial Hospital. My family was in Solapur. And if I used to go to ask for a leave for some family ritual functions, then madam used to tell me, Manisha, this is last time. Next time you will not get any leave because your priority is always your work and your residency. But then next time also I used to tell her that, ma'am, my mother-in-law is calling me and I have to go. It is a family function. So then she used to say, go. But next time again, remember, you tell your mother-in-law that you have to finish your MD and then you will come back to Sholapur. So this is like that. We were lucky that we got empathetic teachers who always responded to whatever our needs that time in PG students. And now I can say that in private practice, when you get a night call, there is, I don't know, but whatever I can see in Maharashtra, there is a tendency to give less remuneration to the female anesthesiologists if they are not routine anesthesiologists, and even if they are helping in an emergency for cesarean section, still the charges that are given to a female anesthesiologist, they are definitely less. I am also suffered for that. That I used to go to that male anesthesiologist and I used to ask him, I used to fight with him. अरे तो इतना कम चार्जेस कैसे लेता है ये केस के लिए? So he used to, So then he used to show me his receipt book. No, I did not take that much less charges. So there is a gender disparity still evident, not only in all aspects, not only in anesthesiology. So we must accept it. That's what I think. And we must, as a seniors now, or as a maybe the office bearers of ISA, at least as what Vibha said correctly, we should try to find out the reasons that why there is a gender disparity, and we must try to solve all those issues that the young lady anesthesiologists are facing at them.
Yeah, we should support them. So it is clear from the data outside that they definitely in institutions, men and women get the same for equal posts. But in the private, as Dr. Manisha is saying, there is a difference, and female anesthesiologists do get less. Females, in other professions also do get less for the same job. And lots of reasons. One, I think we are not very good negotiators. We don't push enough for what we want. That is a difference in our mindset, I think. I don't want to generalize, but definitely we are not as good as getting, the amount we want because we feel shy. We don't want to come across as being aggressive, stuff like that. So that is one thing which adds to the gender disparity, which needs to be addressed. Now, the other thing, when I was talking about objective criteria, I was thinking about how many editors in journals, in anesthesia journals or any journals, are female? How many in the editorial boards are female? I've been looking at studies, and 17%. 17% of the editorial board, and none of the chief editors, very few. So I think this is one place that we have to move. I know we have been moving forward a lot over the past few years, as we can see in the, editorial board of the IJA itself, but we do need to move some more forward, I think.
Basically, I would like to say one couple of sentences, because basically we are always involved with our work. We don't want anybody to point a finger at us. That is one.
Yeah.
Because of the bias, maybe. Second, we also have a family to run. So we don't involve too much in the politics. So there is a lot of gender bias in the politics of the game. Okay. If you want to be editor, if you want to be president, if you want to be, then you have to do exactly like the rest of them.
Yeah.
We don't do it. So because we don't do it, we don't get it. And then sometimes we feel bad. So that is another area where is a bias. Okay.
There is a disparity, whether it's bias or not.
Yeah, it's not bias, it's a disparity.
We don't try because we have other things or other reasons. Yeah.
One small addition, madam. Fortunately, we have lady editors in both ISA Hyderabad and ISA Telangana now.
Great. Yes.
We are not talking only about our area, but I'm just saying in
So
general.
we are ahead of the curve.
Yeah, we are proud of Vibhavari as well as Indira ma'am. And we look to see you at the top. We want to see you at the top.
Oh.
We'll all vote for it.
So there is another second part of the question. Is there a difference in how women and men deal with colleagues? Is that a naughty question?
No, it's not.
It's not.
Dr. Prashanti, what do you think?
Yeah, ma'am. Men are like most of the time very, they ask for what they want. But women, our own nature is like adjustment, and we will be pushing ourselves. Let us see, let us bear this, let us see, let us adjust. And when it comes to the ultimate thing only, we will go for the fighting mode. Then there comes the difference. Men, they sort out things early, I think.
More directly.
More directly, early, and women, we tend to be tender, but we are not tender. If it comes to sorting out things. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. One is there are three quotients, they say. One is intelligent quotient, which you are quite good at. Other one is an emotional quotient, which women have more. Other one is a social quotient. Men have got less of emotional quotient. They have got social and IQ. We have got all those three things. So emotional also plays. So that is why sometimes we don't go ahead and say certain things, what we want. Sometimes you have to be very clear in mind what exactly you want for the department, for you or for others. So when you are clear in mind, you can ask those things.
I do think we tend to network more. We tend to work collectively and, whereas we don't try to get, egos and this is my territory, your territory, that kind of thing. So I think there is a difference, biological difference between how men and because they evolved to hunt. So they have to go directly and hunt the animal. But we have to maintain the home and everything. So from there, the differences start. We can't deny that there are differences in the mindset of men and women, but we should see how we can make our strengths work for us. Now I'm coming to a little bit sensitive issue. Have you all known of anybody facing harassment, bullying, anything in the workplace? How should we address it? What kind of support systems should we have? Also, burnout has been such a big issue recently in the, with the pandemic, but it was there before also. But now with the pandemic, it all came to the surface. So what kind of, support systems can we provide? And maybe the ISA can help in setting up this kind of So I invite the ISA office bearers also to contribute to this question. Who shall I ask? The panelists themselves, Dr. Prashanti, have you seen any bullying or harassment? Please.
Ma'am, recently only I heard of this bullying in our department, that postgraduate Dr. Preeti. But I was like quite surprised because in our department, anesthesiology, mostly there will not be any harassment related to work.
No, see, human nature is such that some people are bullies. I mean, we can't say whether male or female, some people. But if anybody is facing it, what can we do to address, or what can we set up, to help them, to make it easy for them to ask for help?
Yeah, ma'am, that is the support system at work. Mainly, it's like a tier system. Our colleagues, and then our mentors, and then the HODs, and all that system. We should all work together, and we should try to sort out things. Otherwise, some mishappenings can occur.
Dr. Shailja?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So there could be bullying at two levels. One is internal, one is external. Internal means within the department, supposing like it's about a postgraduate system where the junior is a male and the senior is a female, and the junior seems to be older than the female senior. It becomes very difficult for sometimes. I mean, what I've observed, like I've been observing, that the junior who is a male who is older by a few years, who got into the system later, and the female is a fresh pass out, and it becomes difficult for that person to listen and take orders about doing duties or about whatever. I mean, see, our is a very duty bound system where we have to have quick reaction times, and if the junior doesn't, it takes time for anybody, because anesthesia is a very new subject for anybody who has just come out from MBBS and joined anesthesia. So they do not understand the logic behind acting fast, and they don't act, and then the female might lose her cool that why don't you listen and understand what I require? And we are all about precision and timeliness, and if that, so these things create a tussle. And definitely the senior HOD or the professors should tackle these situations, whether it's a male or a female at the top. They have to be empathetic, and they have to, so that is internal. External would be supposing breaking the news of a bereavement or breaking sickness about somebody who has collapsed or somebody who is like not resuscitable, and there is an army of disgruntled relatives who are trying to attack the lady who is on duty. That can happen. So if the, I mean, that is, of course, there are some systems in place in corporate hospitals and NABH hospitals, but most of the teaching institutions might not have so many security guards who are trained to tackle these kind of situations. So providing safety to the lady postgraduates or lady anesthesiologists who are doing their night duties, that is definitely a concern, and we definitely expect support systems, maybe at local level or also ISA level. Maybe the ISA office bearers can contribute. We can have a women's cell, like we have so many other cells in ISA.
Some helplines.
Helplines, yeah.
Anybody who wants to add anything, Vibha?
No, we in our hospital have an established women's cell, or which is also called as the sexual harassment cell. So basically, any female having any complaints regarding, it can be a senior, it could be a subordinate, it could be not even a doctor, but anyone at the workplace, they are free to approach this cell. And by constitution, it has one doctor, one non-doctor, one advocate, one social worker, and they actually give a very listening ear to what has happened and try and help them out in such situations. We've had some
counseling.
No, we've had some incidences like that, not within doctors, but in the anesthesia technician,
nursing,
and nursing side. So it has to be dealt with an open ear and try to protect the female who's come out to share these things.
Often they don't come out. That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. So maybe, we can set up some kind of support system, helpline, whatever in the ISA. So I would like the ISA officials to take note of this and, set up something so that, because for the female to come out is the first step, difficult step. After coming out, they have to go somewhere first for counseling and then maybe, whatever other further action needs to be taken. So I think we discussed a number of issues. I will ask, anybody wants to add anything? Otherwise, I will ask for take-home points from each of our panelists. What would you want us to remember from this? Dr. Prashanti?
Yeah, ma'am. I will share a screen now.
You're sharing screen, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
And this. So this lady fits well into this role. So we anesthesiologists, women anesthesiologists, fit into our role well. And I think any discrepancies, we have to fight. And there, it's not like we have to reduce the gender gap. We should see that there is no gender gap. No gender gap. There should not be a gender gap. There should not be a disparity. We should, maybe it's a dream, but we should work towards it. Strive. Thank you.
Yeah. Vibha, anything? You wanted to?
No, Manisha madam wanted to say something. I think she raised her hand and then Prashanti madam.
Yeah, I just wanted to contribute to what Dr. Viva said, that this women grievance cell is there in Maharashtra in every hospital, in fact, whether it's a government or a private hospital. And as she said, like, we have to send a monthly report. We have to take signatures of all ladies working in the hospital, whether it's a Maushi, Ayabai, or it's a sister or a doctor, and they have to sign that paper that there is no issue, like there is no bullying, no harassment that has happened in this working place. So that's a really nice, I don't think whether it's there in Telangana, but in Maharashtra, every hospital having that cell, and every month we have to send a report.
That's great. Yeah.
Most of the private hospitals have a women's.
Even in teaching institutes, medical colleges have. Medical colleges have.
They don't take signature for everybody. They don't take signature from everybody. And there are instances which have come to my notice that people have been harassed and they have not known where to complain. Anyway.
That's what I feel, madam. The victim has to come forward.
Yeah.
And then only the investigations will start. But so many times, if it's the PG students, his or her first aim is to pass the exams and leave that place as early as possible. So that is why he may not be having that much courage to face the situation. So the victim has to come forward. Then only we can find out the solution.
Yeah. Shailaja, anything? We have another Shailaja on the group. Does she want to add anything? Kamabatula?
She was here, but I think she left some time back. She's not here anymore, ma'am. Yeah.
Dr. Madhavi?
Okay, so
yeah.
Okay, let Madhavi ma'am say. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. What I feel is we should work together for the better patient safety and for the better our society. So if we work like that, everything should go smoothly, will go smoothly, and will be at higher level. We should not take it as a single person. We should take it as a team and do for the good for society. So then outcome will be good.
So my take-home messages has too many M's, especially with the chairperson itself being Manimala ma'am, M, and our esteemed Manisha ma'am also M, and we also have Madhavi ma'am. So I started with the 3 M's that we definitely need the mother or mother-in-law or maid or all three. Also the 4th M, the male support in the form of husband or brother or whoever. and the fifth M being multitasking abilities. The sixth M should be money wise. You need to be also money wise, need to save for your pregnancy when you might have to take leave or your unpaid leave from a corporate setup where you're a consultant. You better be, so post-graduation itself, they need to start saving for the future needs of family plan. So being money wise is very important. And lastly, I would like to quote from, recommend this article by Manisha Madam and Madhuri Kurdi Madam from Indian Journal of Anesthesia, the Striding Towards the Pinnacles of Professional Growth, Scientific Epitome and Leadership, India's Women Anesthesiologists, was published in September 2000. So I think we must go through that article. It is such a privilege that our ladies have, and it has been in Walters Clover Medno publications also. So it's there on the website. So it is a proud moment for all the women anesthesiologists that our voices are being heard. So it is very esteemed.
Thank you. So I think we have come to the end of our discussion. I have just put two pictures on the screen. One is my teacher and the other true inspiration, and the other is my mother. So thank you very much.
You're a blessed soul, Geeta.
Thank you.
Geeta and Geeta.
So
thank you all the participants and chairperson, Dr. Manimala Madam, and today's moderator, Dr. Geetanath Madam, and Bhimeshwar sir has joined back. Thank you, sir. So it was a very good discussion, and we learned so many things today, and it is an eye-opening for male anesthesiologists also, as we came to know so many points today. So hopefully the mentor system will be more strong in future. Sometimes the female postgraduates or anesthesiologists, they don't come out actually. That is another problem. And the problem never comes to ISA level. Usually at the institutional level, they will go to either their HOD or principal, and then somehow the seniors will suppress the juniors. These are all the things happening. So if it comes to ISA level, definitely we will involve. But government may not like our involvement actually, because it has a lot of sensitive issues also, politics in that. So whenever we get an opportunity at state level or national level, we will definitely involve, but we should know first before something fatal event happens. But in the recent incident, we came to know only through media after everything happened. So, and it was a very sensitive issue and a lot of agitations, and also ISA was never involved actually. So I think in future, if they come early to us, we may involve. Thank you. Thank you all.
Sir, it's like we should have a helpline system for the postgraduates so that they can approach us. They don't know whom to approach in the ISA. So if we have a helpline system, if we can establish a helpline system from our ISA as a helpline to the postgraduates who have some grievances or who can speak out to us.
Yes, that is also correct. That is also correct, but the administration may not like it. The college administration may not like it.
It doesn't have anything with the administration.
Society directly.
We have only a helpline for the anesthesiologists to express themselves. And
they are also worried if they involve society, ISA association, and they're, like in the department, other equations and, exams, so many other things they have in their mind. Actually, but definitely we will have a support system at national and state level. Dr. Bhimeshwar sir is here. We will take his opinion, sir.
Yeah, I think having a helpline is really good. But before that, the HOD of the department should be a fatherly figure for all the postgraduates.
Yes.
He should be the main person to actually, ensure that all the postgraduates talk to him about any type of harassment which they are facing or something like that. And he should be the fatherly figure. Like I have seen when I was in AFMC, my guide used to actually keep asking me everything, what happens, including the family issues. So that type of a mentoring from the head of the department who is also a member of the ISA and probably has a say in the city branch also, should be involved in matters like this. So I feel we'll be working out a strategy on this. I'll be talking to my council, and then probably we'll give some guideline to this effect.
I think there should be multiple. The HOD definitely. Also, the avenues should be there for somebody who is in trouble or in distress to ask for help, and it should be publicized so that everybody knows about it. So thank you very much, Mr. Dimeshwar, for taking it up.
If the HOD is the problem, then.
Wow, ma'am. That's a good.
Manisha madam, your opinion, please. Dr. Manisha madam.
Yeah, I listened to Dr. Bhimeshwar sir, our president ISA National, and I also absolutely agree with him. Mentoring at every level is needed, and as sir said, at PG level, of course, the head of the department should be empathetic enough to listen to not only ladies but also the gents or the boys who are joining the department. At private level, I can say the ISA has a major role to play, because if the junior anesthesiologist who is joining the ISA branch, she should get all the protection from that city branch. And as sir said, the city branch office bearers, the president and secretaries of city branch office, the ISA, they should also have a good association with the state branch level. So if that tie-up system is there already in ISA, national, city, state and city branch. So that should be followed, and the city branch office bearers, the president and secretaries of every ISA city branch should be empathetic towards their own colleagues, whatever problems they need to face in the private practice, whether it's a harassment, whether it's a matter related to remuneration. So everything has to be they should have the confidence to go to them, and these office bearers should tackle with all those situations. If they are not able to settle that at the level of city branch, then they must approach the state or to the national level. So that tie-up system should be followed for every anesthesiologist. Any young anesthesiologist who joins our association should have that confidence. And I think under the leadership of our president, Dr. Bhimeshwar, and with this ISA team, everyone will should get that confidence that ISA is always there to support, even if there is an issue or any issue related to the ISA activity.
Nicely said, madam. Nicely said. Thank you. So, finally, Dr. Manimala Rao, madam, anything to add, madam, last?
Well, I think it was a good panel discussion. Of course, there are a lot of times have changed. Women are also a little coming up to say that this is the problem. And I think, as everybody expressed, the persons who are in the upper crust, in the sense that is the HOD and the next generation, should be looking forward. Is there any problems which are in and around us? Because it may be looking very nice and green, but it may not be. It may have some holes in that. So we should be looking at it, not asking those, but looking for that. You know what I mean. So usually when we are looking and asking and you're being friendly, it does not mean they are going to sit on our head. We can be friendly and we can get the thing done. We can be quite, strict and we can get the things done. But we have to communicate. The HOD particularly cannot sit only in one area and think, yes, I am the HOD, so there is nothing more I have done everything. So that is what, when you are able to discuss and talk to people, they come to you. That is what I felt, because people used to come and tell. I have solved a number of times problem. It is from the surgeon side, it is from our own people harassing or something. It was a little more maybe in those days. But now I think slowly all the things. So you have to learn. There is a line. If they cross that line, then you cannot keep it. That is what everybody has to know, whether it is man or woman. If they cross the line, then it's not. You have to come.
Not acceptable.
Thank you for asking me to be here with you. Not acceptable.
Thank you for all the participants.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you all.
memorable. Very memorable Women's Day. Thank you so much, Ramakrishna Reddy sir, for organizing this. Ratnakar sir.
It's nice to
And
see all of you.
all of you.
I really felt very happy.
Thank you all.
Today. Okay.
Thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity. ISA Telangana. Thank you.
Nice to have you here, Prashanti.
Bimesh.
Thanks, Madhavi.
It was pleasure to have you here. We are all
Madhavi
one
and I
only.
were doing post-radiation at the same time in Guttur.
Oh.
Ma'am, she used to do back till the end of her last day of pregnancy. The
told
next
me.
day she
With
went
your
and-
permission, can we go?
Going from the OT to another OT for her section.
She was the really boss, ma'am. She's the boss now also. We used to learn a lot from her.
Thanks, Madhavi, for the compliment. You made my day.
It's real, ma'am. We learn a lot from so many people. I always would think how Manimala Rao ma'am at 60, she became anesthesiologist. So it's so many people inspire us. Today we are really good anesthesiologists because of those people only. That's what I feel. They're really inspire a lot
For
till today.
remembering.
Really, ma'am, you may not know us, but we all know you.
Okay. I know all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
If I know your own, the person who
Thanks a
taught
lot.
you, then I know all of you. Thank you very much. Bye, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you,
So,
Geeta Nath, ma'am.
I
You are
can call
very
you
nice.
Thank you,
girls
Geeta
and
ma'am.
Geeta ma'am.
Thank you,
There
everybody.
is no.
Thank you, Ramakrishna.
Thank you.
sir.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
ma'am.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Bimesh sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you,
Good night.
Madhavi.
Thanks, Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you all, sir.
Thanks, Bhimeshwar sir. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Amma.
all.
Ratnakar
Thank
garu.
you, one and all. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Bye,
Thank you,
Shailaja.
Ratnakar.
Vibha ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Ratnakar and
Thank
Ramakrishna, wonderful job. Chala
Thank
bagundi.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Happy job. Geeta madam చాలా బాగా చేశారు.
Thank you so much.
So pleased to say, Telugulo మాట్లాడడానికి thank you, sir.
ఇప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ మీద ఉన్న వాళ్ళంతా తెలుగు
Thank you,
వాళ్ళే.
one and
తెలుగు
all.
వాళ్ళే.
Geeta ma'am, you made things easy, ma'am.
Yes.
Like,
Thanks. Well chalked out questionnaire.
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
అచీవ్మెంట్స్ గురించి కూడా కొంచెం ఉంటే బాగుండేదేమో.
ఏంటంటే
నా achievements.
Achievements.
These are my achievements. This is what ISA gave me, and I'm so proud to be a part of ISA.
Yes.
Thanks to my HOD sir N. Satyanarayana, who introduced me to ISA, or else I was in critical care. I was not in ISA actually. But I'm so happy. And ISA has given me a lot. Really, from the core of my heart, I thank ISA. And I want to see it grow.
Selja, you do a lot to ISA. That's why you got a lot from ISA.
Thank you.
Every cultural
You are
program,
rewarded. You are
every cultural
rewarded.
program is with Shailaja only.
Yes.
Without Shailaja, madam.
No, without Shailaja we cannot conduct.
It's give and take.
Today also
Give
the
and
screen
take.
was like showing all colors. Colorful. Thank you all. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Prashanti.
Ramakrishna, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Thank you, Prashanti.